Alrighty guys, welcome back to Convict Technology with your host Mike. Today we're going to go through my watch collection. I've got an array of watches you can see below here. We're going to go through each one individually just to show you what I have and where I plan to go with my collection in the future. Now, I built this collection over probably 3 years at this point. There's a variety of price options from a couple of $100s up to a few thousand. We'll go through all of those so you can have a bit of a look. Let me know in the comment section if you've eyed any from this list below and you think you might have an idea of which one I'm going to pick as my favorite. Beyond that, hit like and subscribe. Let's get into the video. So we'll start off with the watch that all started it for me. This was a Seiko that my parents gave me when I was young. I got it when I was probably 13 years old. I've had it since 2003 maybe. It's very scratched up. You can see the crystal is extremely damaged at the bottom there. And it's also ran out of battery, so I don't really wear this one anymore, but I keep it as nostalgia, as it was my first real watch that my parents gave me when I was in high school. So I'll keep it. It's got the lovely sunburst style there, the blue. It's a bit on the early 2000s, sort of trying to be futuristic style. So again, not really what I'm into these days, but I'll definitely end up keeping it. And there's an on-wrist shot for you guys. I have a 6.5 inch wrist in case anyone is curious. Now, once I decided to get back into watches, I figured I should probably get a Seiko. You know, Seikos are good watches. My one lasted me for 20 years at this point. So I did a bit of research on getting a Seiko that best resembled the Rolex Explorer, as I've always loved that watch, even before I got into watches. And I love the simplistic design, the Arabic numerals, so I picked this Seiko. Now, this is the SNK 393. It is probably one of the nicer Seiko 5s in my opinion. Now, I did also modify this one, as you can probably tell. We've got a different bracelet. It's a president style bracelet from Uncle Seiko. I definitely think that picks up the level of the watch. And some of you may have noticed as well that I also did a sapphire crystal mod on this one as well, just to give it a sapphire crystal with that AR coating. The only concern with this one is the numerals do become quite difficult to read in certain lighting, which you can kind of see there. But it's otherwise a beautiful little watch, guys. Not very expensive either. These ones are pretty budget friendly, so definitely consider it if you like the Explorer look. And there's a shot on wrist for you guys as well. As I said, it's a class watch. The next one I picked up, again, another Seiko. It's an entry-level brand for a reason, guys. It's the kind of brand that gets a lot of people into watches, and this watch is an obvious choice when it comes to Seiko. This is the Alpinist. There are a couple of different models. This is the SPB 121J with the green dial. Now, there is a newer one than this one that has come out, but I do still like this one. I have modified it by removing the Cyclops so that I get that uninhibited view of that green dial, and I don't mind it. I think it looks better this way. I've also put on an aftermarket bracelet as well. This is from Strapcode, I believe. It's just an oyster style bracelet, button down clasp, fully milled, lots of micro adjustment on it, which is very nice. But again, very nice little oyster style. And I do love the Alpinist, especially the green. Green is my favorite color. So I can definitely tell you that the Alpinist was an easy choice for me to purchase. It is a beautiful watch. With this bracelet, it has become very much a daily for me. And an on-wrist shot for you guys as well, with the Strapcode bracelet, oyster style. I do also have a green Cordura strap for this one, as well as a two-tone bracelet, which I got originally when I first bought it. The two-tone's a bit much. I think this is the perfect balance. Now, last on my Seiko list, this one here is a Chrono Panda. Now, the model for this one is the SSC 813P. also known as the speed timer. It is a classic watch. Again, if you do like racing or that chronograph style, it is a great watch. I love the panda coloring. It is perfect. So I chose this one as well because it's a 39mm. It's a bit smaller than the other Prospects range Seiko speed timer they offer. And I also put it on this rubber strap. Now this rubber strap I got from AliExpress, and you'll see soon I do love my AliExpress. But I think it looks fantastic on like this curved rubber strap, which fits nicely up into the lugs there. I love it on this strap. I think it's perfect. Got a pretty cheap and nasty clasp on, but can't get everything. It's from AliExpress, guys. It wasn't expensive. But I think it definitely finishes off the look nicely. There's an on-wrist shot for you guys as well. Again, I've got a 6.5-inch wrist there, guys, so you can see fits pretty well, the old 39mm. Basically the perfect size for us smaller to average wrist sizes. Now next I picked up this G-Shock. Now this is actually marketed as a woman's watch, but I don't think G-Shocks really matter when it comes to gendering. I think that's a bit silly. I think anyone can wear any of the G-Shock range really. Now this one here is called the GM S5601. It again is the women's size, so a bit smaller. But I don't have the biggest wrists, so I thought to myself, I want to get a G-Shock, but I feel like it'll be too large, so I went with this. Now you can see this particular bezel does get scratched to hell, so it is something that a lot of people modify. People hydro mod it to fix the negative display being very difficult to see, and they also do a brushed bezel on it too, just because it does get pretty scratched up, and you can see mine has taken a beating, so I will likely end up doing that down the track. Probably make a video on it. But it's a great little watch. It's a great beater, water resistant. You know, that's exactly what its purpose is to get beat up, and it does it very, very well. Just an on-wrist shot for you guys there as well. You can see the negative display on these older models is not great. The MIPS one is definitely much better. If you do like negative displays, go with the MIPS one, guys, one of the new ones. Those are much better than these ones. On my modding journey, I obviously also saw that you can do modifications for Casios. So I got me this bronze world timer mod from SKX Mods. Now I always wanted to get a little world timer watch. I wanted a watch I could take traveling and not worry about. This one seemed to be the perfect fit. It gives me the features of a world time watch, but also doesn't make me worry about it being stolen. The cool thing I thought about this watch is this watch will come with me on every trip, everywhere I go. And because it's bronze, it'll age in patina based on where I go and the places I visit. So it'll have memories built into it and the way it looks over time. So that was my idea behind this watch, and I really love it. I think it came out great. I got the black FKM rubber strap, very soft and supple. It's a very comfortable watch. It gives it a bit more weight as well, so it does feel a bit more premium. And we've also got a bronze buckle as well there. I did also, part of the mod kit, it's got sapphire crystal on it, and I did also go with a green LED upgrade that you can see there. Definitely much brighter, and I love the green. There's a shot on wrist for you guys as well. Let's turn that light on. Yeah, very cool watch, guys. Check out SKX Mods. Not a sponsor or anything, but yeah, just definitely check out their page. It's very cool, the stuff they have as far as mods. Gives you a little Casio, a really nice premium feel. Now, before we move on, we'll go with my latest addition to the collection. Now, I talked in my previous video about some G-Shocks that I was looking at. This is one of them. I'm going to do a full review video on this one here very, very soon. But this will be very exciting. I really do like the look of this one here. It's the GA2100 HDS. It has a cool trick you'll see in the full video, but I wanted to get just a white G-Shock. These blue hands and the blue indices look amazing. But again, you guys will see in the review what its little trick is. It's very cool. They have a whole range of these, and their little trick is very impressive. There's an on-wrist shot for you guys. So I was concerned when I bought a G-Shock, as I said, that it would be too chunky on my wrist, being that I'm not the biggest wrist guy. But I think this one fits really well. And I really like the blue and white. I think it's a great color combination. I'm also just going to quickly talk about my Casios as well. This is a A158 WEGV. It is a gold with the green accents. I actually bought this one for myself and got the matching women's version for my wife. So we wear these together sometimes. Just cheap gold Casios, they match. It's a bit of a thing with us too, trying to get some matching watches, trying to get the wife into the hobby. But yeah, these are just good little ones, guys. There's nothing special about this. It's an A158, so it's a standard module that comes in all of them. The LED light is absolutely atrocious, as usual. But it's a fun little watch, guys. Nothing too serious. And there's a wrist shot for you guys. Again, fun little watch. Doesn't cost very much. I think you can get them for under 100 Australian dollars, so why not? Now, I also recently just purchased this one. This is the slightly upgraded version, the A168 WGG. I got the gunmetal one blacked out on the dial. But as far as this one, I got it because they're phasing out the electroluminescence from what I've heard. So that's the backlight that comes on these particular models. I'm a big fan of it. I think it looks way better than the LEDs. So I had to make sure I got one before they became difficult to buy. And I got the gunmetal blacked out version, as I didn't necessarily vibe with the 80s retro red, blue and yellow that's all over the dial on the original. This one just sort of picked my eye and I had to get it. Again, cheap, guys. You can get these for under 100 Australian dollars, so why the hell not? Again, guys, there's an on-wrist shot for you. So next I went down the rabbit hole of AliExpress, and anyone who's gone down that rabbit hole will likely recognize this watch straight away. This is the Seiko 1963. Now there are many versions of this. Everyone kind of knows the story. This can be manufactured by a lot of different companies. Comes down to the sale of this particular movement, which is beautiful, by the way. That's why you buy these ones, guys. Let me just clean up that sapphire crystal a bit for you. This movement right here is why you buy these watches. It is a very beautiful, very complicated movement for such a cheap price. And if you're talking a mechanical chronograph, this is about as cheap as it comes. A lot of micro brands use these as well in their chronographs because, again, they are very, very budget friendly. And you get a really cool watch with a really cool vibe. This was based on, I believe, pilot watches for the military, for China, I believe it was originally. But I just love the colors. Not normally something I would go for, but it also told me that I quite like vintage watches, because once I put it on this aftermarket leather strap, which I actually bought for the SNK 393 originally, it really elevated this watch, and I think it's the perfect fit if you're looking to make this look a bit more on the vintage side of things, which it definitely does. I think it's a very cool watch, and on this strap, it is perfect. And there's a wrist check for you guys. So you can have a look there. Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. So next I picked up this Addy's Dive AD 2030. And this is the one with the sand dune dial, as they call it. And you can kind of gather why it's called that. You've probably seen this one around on the internet. It comes in a few colors. I wanted that sort of grand Seiko textured dial thing, and for the price of these watches, I mean, realistically, you can buy them for under 100 Australian dollars. So for what you're getting a decent solid link bracelet, a nice sleek case with a sleek diameter, box crystal. Again, it's not an actual sapphire, it's mineral, but quartz movement. But it's all about the dial on this watch. Now, the unfortunate thing about this one, I really liked it, but with some of the watches I've got in my collection, I just don't wear it. So it's probably not going to stay for long. Potentially I'll do a giveaway for it and see if anyone is interested. But yeah, I just don't wear it anymore. So it's going to be getting moved on pretty soon. Lots of micro adjust on this one too, which is nice. So you can get a perfect fit. It's a very comfortable watch, guys. Very comfortable. And there's a wrist check for you guys. Very comfortable watch. Very comfortable. The size is great too. Like, it's really nice. It's all about the dial. It really is. So next we have the Bodery, or Bodery, however you say it. This is their Landmaster. I believe it's the A14T Landmaster. So that's the one with the white textured dial and the orange indices. Now this has the lume in these little tubes, just to give you that vintage look, like it's the old radioactive stuff. Got a box crystal on this one as well, so you get that great distortion on the edge of the dial. Beautiful little watch. Now the fun thing about this one, it is a titanium case. So it is a fully raw titanium case. And it's a field watch, and I do love me a field watch. Now I bought this because of the dial. I do love that white texture that's on it. But I also thought the pop of orange was really cool. So, and the fact it's titanium was just interesting to me. And I do love me a field watch, as you can tell from my Alpinist. Now it comes with a couple of different options, leather, but it also comes on a titanium bracelet. I swapped it onto the strap that it comes with, this one here. I think it's a perfect fit for this watch, putting it on this particular strap. It's not the most luxury strap, it's not the nicest feeling strap, but I think for what you pay for this watch, it's a great choice. Titanium, NH35, white textured dial with the indices being orange. It's just a beautiful watch. Absolutely worth it. Nice big crown. And there's a wrist shot for you guys as well. As I said, this strap is nothing special, but it really is nice on this watch. I think it just fits it perfectly. The next one I purchased from AliExpress is this Chronos. This particular Chronos is called the L6028. It's mostly just called the Skyline, comes in a bunch of different colors and a few different dial textures. This is the one where they do have the screws in the bezel, and the dial texture is the Chronos logo, the hourglass. They do have another one that very much is ripping off the Christopher Ward 12. But honestly, I think it's got its own DNA. It's not a direct rip-off of anything. There's clear inspirations from quite a few integrated sports watches. But surprisingly enough, this is the one I get the most compliments on, and I think it comes down to it, that blue dial. It really draws attention to the wrist. And because of the finishing on this watch, it looks and feels way more premium than it actually is. Now, it's not an overly cheap watch. You're still spending a couple of $100s. Does come with the option of getting a PT 5000 or a SW 200. I went with the PT 5000, the Chinese made, as it is cheaper. People say they're not great. I wouldn't wind it quickly if you're going to wind it manually. People say don't do that at all. But I have noticed it is not the best when you have to manually wind it. But otherwise, it's very accurate. It's got a nice sweep to it. So the PT 5000 is definitely a win in my book. I will let you know in the future if I still think that. But beautiful watch. Get lots of compliments about this one, guys. And there's a wrist shot for you guys. Again, it just looks great on the wrist. It looks way more premium than it is. When you tell people it's from AliExpress, they're just kind of shocked by that. So this is my San Martin. Anyone who goes on AliExpress and looks at watches knows San Martin is a brand to look into. Now this particular one is the San Martin, now wait for it, the SN0026G-A2. I really liked the case on this one. I think the dial is a really nice layout. And surprisingly, this strap is extremely comfortable. It is a very comfortable strap. But I do love that case shape. It is just phenomenal. It is a bit more on the dressy side, especially with the leather strap and the case shape. But I think it also works as a daily watch if you're wearing something a little bit darker. But absolutely, the finishing on this, as everyone says with San Martin, is fantastic. Sapphire crystal, and again, in these ones too, you do get the PT 5000. So a good, nice high beat movement. Absolutely worth looking into, guys. I do love this watch. I actually wear it so often. And there's a wrist shot for you guys. Class on the black leather. But again, San Martin punching well above their weight. For what you pay for this watch, it definitely looks way more luxurious than you would be led to believe, based on the fact it's from AliExpress. But they really do a good job with these watches, guys. San Martin, as much as they're known for making clone stuff, they do make a beautiful watch. Now, you guys all saw this in my previous video, so I won't go over it too much, but if you haven't, go check out that video. This is basically just a manga inspired watch from AliExpress, no branding on this one at all. But I chose this one just because I liked the G-Shock manga, but it's well out of my price range. And turns out, after testing them, I am definitely a fan of this one. I love a chronograph, as you're probably gathering from some of my watches, but I definitely found this one just kind of jumped out at me again. Soft, supple strap, and it's just kind of fun. Looks like it's ripped straight out of a comic book. I do kind of love that, and I do tend to wear this one a little bit. Maybe it's because it's new, but I do tend to wear it a bit. There's a wrist shot for you guys. Again, fully functional chronograph movement. Quartz, nothing particularly special, but it's just a bit of fun. I actually really like it. It's chunky, stands out, people notice it. Very cool. Last but not least, I wanted to see what AliExpress was truly capable of when it came to some interesting watchmaking. So I went down a bit of a rabbit hole looking for some high horology pieces like tourbillons and skeletons, and I found this Agelosa, however you say it. The one thing everyone says when they first see it, I hate the Agelosa branding at the very top of it. I agree with you guys. I am considering swapping it out for a different chapter ring. I may do that in a video, but that branding up the top there, it's not great. But beyond that, it's a very nice watch. I got this one. They go for about 1,000 Australian dollars, so they're not cheap by any stretch of the imagination, but for what you're getting, it is definitely a high-class watch and well worth the money. This is the 9004A9 with the tourbillon in blue. They do have it in black, and then they've got a different ceramic, sportier looking case, but I went with the dressier case with the dressier bracelet option. As you can see from this, I'll give it a wind because that's what we're all here for. Now this does have an 80-hour power reserve, so it does take quite a while to wind it up. It is fully manual, no automatic on this one here. But the star of the show is that tourbillon right there at the front, guys. Fully skeletonized movement, 80 hours power reserve, full tourbillon, freestanding right at the base of the movement there. For 1,000 Australian dollars, you get a skeletonized tourbillon. I didn't think that was possible because tourbillon, usually you hear that and then you think, oh, okay, $20,000, $30,000, $50,000, $100,000. You know, they're expensive, right? It's high horology. But China's really been stepping it up lately. There's some very cool watches from China. I'd be very interested to review some of the stuff that they're coming out with, just the crazy movements they're designing. For the money, it's really great. And the bracelet's pretty nice too. It's actually quite a nice watch. Nice and thin. Give you a view from the back there as well. Yeah, definitely a beautiful watch, guys. If you're wanting something a little bit more special, this draws attention. Most good people say, that's a crazy watch, and then they want you to explain it to them and tell them all about it. Because they're like, wait, that's insane. That watch looks so weird. But I love it. I wear it all the time, guys. There's a shot on wrist for you guys. Nice slim one, you can dress it up. But I do just love the idea of a $1,000 watch, fully skeletonized with an 80-hour power reserve, and a flying tourbillon. A flying tourbillon for $1,000, guys. Insane. What they did with this movement is just special. Love it. After getting my Chronos, the integrated sports bracelet from AliExpress, I realized I quite like that style. Now I know it was very popular with the PRX coming out, so I wanted to get something a little bit different, and I wanted to go with titanium. So I chose this one. This is the Citizen Zenjin. Specifically, the model number is the AW013085XE. This is the one with the green dial and the eco drive movement inside, so that means it's solar powered, guys. I just love this watch for one reason. I can just pick it up. It's always working. I can always just pick it up and it's ready to go. And that dial is absolutely killer. There's a reason people refer to these as Grand Seiko killers. Anything with a beautiful dial is referred to as a Grand Seiko killer, but this dial is just beautiful. And again, for the price you pay, fully titanium construction, integrated sports bracelet, decent dimensions, and a beautiful dial, I really like it. I think it's a great watch. Again, one of my dailies. I wear it so often. And there's a wrist check for you guys. Full titanium construction, eco drive movement, beautiful dial, absolutely worth every cent. And I also picked up a Bulova Super Seville. This is the one with the precisionist movement in it, so you get that beautiful sweep, just like you would with spring drive, for example. Really high beat rate on this one, guys. It's a quartz movement, integrated sports bracelet, but this one I got because I wanted a fully gold watch. I wanted that Godfather watch, guys. I wanted to be like mafioso, you know? You guys know what I'm saying. You don't buy a watch like this unless that's exactly what you're going for. Fluted bezel, completely gold. Got that silver brush dial. It's a class watch, guys. I think the Super Sevilles are not underrated. People know about them, but I definitely think as far as the integrated sports watches go, these ones are great. They come in so many colors. You've got the mineral dials. There's so many options, and I think they're all gorgeous. It's just a beautiful watch, beautiful shape. And again, another watch you can just pick up and go. Got a butterfly clasp. Yeah, very classy watch. And there's a wrist shot for you guys as well. Again, for the money, guys, I got this one on a heavy discount. On retail, they're pretty expensive, but I got this one on a heavy discount. I believe from memory, I paid something around $600 for this one, which I think is a pretty good deal. My last watch is quite a special watch. It's my first venture into the luxury market, as it were. I know some of these watches are not necessarily on the budget side, being not that cheap, but this was my first time stepping into the proper luxury market. This one is a Tudor Oyster Prince. This is the date day. It's not a day date. Day dates are Rolexes. This is a Tudor. I believe this was from the early 2000s, two-tone gold with the champagne dial. Got the day at the top there and the date at 3 o'clock. This particular model is a 76213. It's got the ETA movement in it from memory. The 2834-2, I believe, is the movement that's in this watch. But this is my wedding watch. I will be wearing this on my wedding day, which will be in a couple of weeks. And I haven't been able to wear it yet. And I hate that, because this is a beautiful watch, guys. Like, why own this if you can't wear it? You know what I'm saying? Look at that. That is beautiful. I need to be wearing this watch. So in a couple of weeks' time, I'm having my wedding. We will be wearing it from that. I got my wife, or wife-to-be, I should say, a Tudor as well. She has the Princess date, or no, sorry, she has the Princess date. So it doesn't have the day at the top, but it's the exact same style, done as the Tudor Princess models. Her case back, for example, says Rolex on it, whereas mine says Tudor Prince. Simple clasp, guys, nothing special on this one. Just a pressed clasp. But yeah, two-tone. I'm a big fan of two-tone. My wedding band is two-tone. My wife's one is significantly smaller. I'll do a full review on both our wedding watches as well. And hers does have the gold dial as opposed to the champagne dial. I couldn't find a champagne one to match. But I'm so excited to be able to start wearing this watch, guys. We're going on to Japan on our holiday for our honeymoon. So this will be coming with me to Japan, and I think it will fit in beautifully there from what I have been told. And I'll just get a little wrist shot for you guys there. 36mm, guys. Again, I don't have the biggest wrist, 6.5 inches. So I think this is a really nice size for this particular type of watch. I wouldn't have liked to go with a 40mm. I think 36 is the way to go for me.
But it's a stunner of a watch, guys. I'm going to do a full review on this one along with the wife's watch as well. Coming out soon.
I hope you liked the video, guys. This is my watch collection. I'm pretty proud of it. There's a lot of little pieces in here that definitely speak to me, but there's so many other watches I'd definitely like to get. So come with me on this journey while I collect some more watches. Hopefully you guys enjoy what you saw today. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and leave a comment below. Let me know, out of this collection, which one's your favorite. Also leave a comment if there's any other watches you think I should have a look at that I might consider adding to my collection. I'll see you next time. Cheers.